Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Fernvalley Farms Beekeeping channel. All right, here again, it's that time of year again. We're feeding our bees. Fall is here. You can see how I'm dressed. It's not too bad now. I waited a little bit for the sun to get up before I did this. What I'm going to do, I've already done some open feeding. I'm trying to get the hives built up for winter. You want each one of these top boxes to weigh a good 85, 90, 95 pounds going into winter. And you can weigh them. I tried to rig up some kind of a scale a couple years ago. It was a pain in the ass. I couldn't get it to work right, and stuff was flopping all over. I was irritating bees right and left, so I just gave up on that. But I can, once you've done this long enough, you can kind of feel when a box is heavy enough. So if you want to lift your top box and you're like, holy crap, it's heavy, you know you're pretty close. So I like to have them about 85, 90, 95 pounds getting through winter each hive. So the formula for however much sugar syrup you feed in pounds or gallons, I think it is, I can't remember off the top of my head, but guess what? This is the magic of editing. Here it is. There's the formula right there for when you're feeding your bees. You want to get them built up. You want to get them built up good and strong for winter. I've already done some open feeding. I'm going to put the hive top feeders on. I like these hive top feeders. I get them from Man Lake. They're really nice. I built these frames myself, just out of 1x6. But what's nice about these feeders is the bees come up through the middle. This sits up on top, obviously. The bees come through the middle. There's like number 8 hardware cloth on there. You can see that. They come up through the middle and then they drink on either side. This holds, you can put about 4 or 5 gallons of syrup in these. I'm not going to put that much. I want to see what they want, what they need. I already fed them at least 100 pounds of sugar, which was mixed into 2-to-1. And when you mix your syrup, if you go back and see the videos, a 5-gallon pail will fill up 30 pounds of sugar. So basically you're doing 2 buckets of sugar to 1 bucket of water. It's 2-to-1. Or 2 cups of sugar to 1 cup of water. That's kind of how it works out. In the spring you do 1-to-1. 1 bucket of water, 1 bucket of sugar. In the fall, you do 2-to-1. So 2 sugar, 1 water. And it's a thick enough syrup where it simulates the honey and the nectar flow, and they store it for winter. And like I said, you want to get your hives built up to a good 85, 90 pounds. And you could feel, if you could barely lift them, you know they're good. And then what I'll do, not now, but when the time comes, and I'll show you, I built these screen feeder boards, I call them. Hold on. I built these screen feeder boxes that I with 1/4-inch wire, and you'll see that. And I put plastic lunch trays, small ones, with dry sugar on top of that. So if for some reason they run out of syrup, if they run out of honey in the hive, they've got the syrup, they've got the sugar to go to. So, but that, I'm not doing that now. It's way too early for that yet. I'll probably do that like in December. I'll pick a warm day in December, open the tops, put the trays in, dump the sugar, and then leave them alone. Because if you can't open the hives for a while, there's plenty of food in there. You want to make sure your bees are fed up for winter, and your mites are under control. You want to get your bees through winter. The Apivar strips are in. Those will come out, I think, in a couple more weeks. We'll do a separate video on that. There is a video on me putting those in. But today what we're doing is we're just going to put the hive top feeders on, and I'm going to put like 1 gallon in each hive to see how much they're actually taking down. And you pretty much want to just feed them until they stop taking it. If you keep filling it and they keep taking it, keep filling it, because they're storing. But I usually stop at about 4 to 5 gallons. And that's about kind of where they stop. So if you keep feeding them and you're thinking, my God, how much can they, and then all of a sudden one day they stop taking it, then you know they're full. And they're good. You can leave them be. They've got enough to go through winter. So what I'm going to do is go down the line. I'll do a couple of these things for the video. I'm just going to pop the lids. The bees are out, so hopefully they're not too angry. I'm not going to smoke nothing. I'm just going to lift the lids, put the feeders on, and be done. And what's nice about these is when these are on, the bees can't come through it. So once this is on, you can pull the roof off, and the bees can't obviously come out. So these things work out really nice. So let me go down the line. We'll just start on these couple of hives right here. So you can see I've got the sugar mixed up in these buckets. It's all over there in my old wagon there. I'm just going to do about a gallon in each one of these and see what they do. Like I said, I'm just going to pop the lids, put the feeders on, and we'll get them filled. I'll do a couple of them, then I'll put the syrup in. And I wanted to wait till it warmed up. I'm sorry, warmed up a little bit. This morning it was like in the low 40s, and there was a little bit of frozen water actually out here, not much. I didn't want to open them too soon, let all the heat out, but the sun's up, and you can see they're out, so. And all I do is put the thing on like this. If you look in here, you can see little lines. What I should have done was measure each line for a gallon, but I didn't. I just put the lines on there so I can see how far it's going down. So we're just gonna do so I just got it up to the one line, and that makes it really nice so you can just pop your lid and look. Now you want to shut this right away because the bees are going to start coming to it. Next one. Get in there, girls. Don't get angry with me. So I put about an inch of syrup in there. You can see when I pop the lid, they're all clustered right up underneath the lid there, which is fine. But if you start messing with them, when it's like this, they might get a little angry at you. Pop it through. Let's get this on. This actually goes pretty quick. I'll just keep going here really fast. And I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna throw the rest of it in the open feeders. I might just kind of see what this is doing. This hive is packed with bees. I don't know how they all fit in here. That didn't work. Okay. Dump some of this in. I'm going to try and do it so you guys can see. Like I said, this works out really nice. And then you just come out. Yeah, this works out really nice. You come out here in the morning, like tomorrow morning, when it's cold, I can just come out here, open the lid, peek on it. And I'll show you one nice thing about doing it this way too. And whatever's left in this bucket that obviously isn't going to leak out, I'm just going to leave here, let the bees clean it up. And I'll put a little bit more in there. See, the bees are finding it already. There. Okay. So what's nice about these hive top feeders on the lids that I built, and even if you use the regular, even if you use these kind of lids here, these regular metal lids that you could buy, like when you buy hives from, you know, commercially. With this, like I can kind of do is come out, slide it back. I can look in here, see what they're doing. You can see the bees right here. And then when I want to fill it, I just pour it in. If you're wondering what this is, and I've got a video way back on it, this is like one of the cheapest things you could buy for your beekeeping adventure. You know, all my roofs got vent holes in for ventilation. This is just 1.5 PVC. Goes in here. I put a little elbow on it. you put your ear to it, and you can hear. So like in the middle of winter, you don't want to open nothing up, it's really cold. I leave this pointed down just so the rain doesn't go into it. But I can come out here like this morning, I come out here about 6:30, it was pretty cold. Put this here, put your ear to it. So in the middle of winter, January, February, that's the sound you want to hear. That's like music to your ears, to hear your bees in there doing really well. So this is just a cheap, inexpensive way to listen to your bees. You got to have your vent holes, you want to let the moisture get out, that's a whole nother topic. Put that there, go like that. The elbow is probably 29 cents. You can buy one piece of pipe, cut it in pieces however long you want. I got a little black tape on it. I didn't think of this idea until after I had built all these hives. So the black tape just makes it stick a little bit. That's it. All right, on to the next one. This is my really mean hive. So I already put this feeder on really quick. And here again, all I gotta do is lift this up. Slide that back, get the listening pipe out of the way, whatever you want to call it, and dump it in. See how this works? That's it. Slide it back, and there you go. Yeah, those bees are really mean. They're not, so they made a lot of honey this year. All right, let's come over here. I could probably put the camera right here and do this one. You can see this is my single deep, but the rest of them are all doubles. This one's going to go into winter as a single. So nothing's different here. This is just a single deep instead of a double deep. This was one of my splits, and it's doing really well, actually. Last time I checked, look at all the bees. You see them all? Morning girls, don't want to irritate you. Just put this. Don't want to kill anybody. Put that there. Yeah, these hive top feeders work out really nice. Oh, there's already one in there already. It don't take them long. So being cool like this, as long as you're pretty much just opening them, putting the feeders on and leaving them alone, you're okay. But if I was to start messing with them right now, I'd have to wear my veil. They'd be all over me. That's just how they are this time of year. Lots of bees, that's what I want to see. Put that back on. We'll just do this. Now I still have some left in the bucket, but I'm not going to feed it. I'm going to leave it in here. I want to monitor what everybody's doing. So there's a little bit left in this bucket, but I'm going to save it. Like I said, tomorrow morning, I'm going to come out here this afternoon. You can come out here and peek and see what they're doing, but you really won't see results. I mean, you might, but you'll see results the next morning, definitely. If they're not really touching it, then I know they're good. I've got a bunch of it made up. Boy, you know, when you mess with this sugar syrup, boy, everything just gets sticky. So we'll monitor. I have a book on every hive. I have a book for every hive. So I will go in like tomorrow morning or sometime today. I'll take each book and I'll just basically put 1 gallon. I'm just gonna write, you know, I keep a log of every single hive. And like I'll put 1 gallon today, see how long it takes. If it takes 2 days, 2 days later I'll put the date, another gallon, just to kind of keep an eye on what they're doing. So that's about it. That's open, no, not open feed, that's different. This is hive top feeding. I like these feeders better. There's all kinds of different things you can do. There's the plastic ones that insert. I don't like those because that takes up one frame, one space for a frame. Plus you really got to get into the hive. Like if I had those in here right now, those frame feeders, I'd have to pop the inner covers, move it over, irritate the bees, probably smoke them. I don't like, and some can drown. They have a thing inside there so they don't drown, but I just don't like them. To me, these work out really good. You could do jars. You could do the jars on the front of the hive. You got to be careful with those sometimes. You put the jar in a little plastic feeder that slides underneath your entrance. The sun and cool sometimes will make that sugar condensate in there a little bit, and sometimes that sugar syrup, which has happened to me anyway. I don't know about anybody else, but it's got like watery. and then it was just running through and I had bees drowning. I just didn't like it. For me anyways, it didn't work out really well. You might have really good luck with it. You can put them on the top, the big jars, small jars, big jars. Some guys use buckets, have like an inner cover with a hole in it, put the bucket on, that works just fine. It's all personal preference. I like this, because like I said, tomorrow morning, all I gotta do is come over here, lift it up, slide it back. I can see right there how much sugar there is. If I need to add it, I put it in. I'm done. That's it, I'm done. In and out really quick. So I just like the way that works out. Whatever works good for you. So let me, in the comments below, let me know what you guys feel, what you'd use for hive feeders, if you want to say it that way. Like I said, these hive top feeders are really nice. So anyways, check out this video right here on me doing my open feeding, because what I'm going to do when I have anything, whatever I have left, if they're downing it pretty good but not too much, I'm going to put the rest back into the open feeders and let them finish it off that way. Then I know they're good for winter. So yeah, go check out that video on the open feeding, and then you can check out the playlist and just feeding in general, getting your bees fed. I've got all different videos in there, just different ways how I do it as far as feeding. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys really soon. All right, bye.